Good morning, goeiemorgen. Just trying to see if they can hear me outside. We had to change the setup this morning, so we're not on microphones. I do have microphones, I brought everything with me, but the delay to the hotspot is a bit slow, so yep. This is early morning. The area is called Pilot Bay. This is the white jetty, as they call that. See, over there is where the harbor is, the main harbor is starting. I can probably show you guys a bit more down here. Let me just turn this around there. There's the harbor coming in, all the way through. These sailboats lying here peacefully this morning. Sun is coming up slowly. It's already, how can I say, well lit down here, so I can see myself and you can see me. So this is me this morning. My son is out to the ocean side with his kayak. Let me see if I can see him. No, I can't see him, but he promised he'll be back soon. He's quite the keen fisherman. It's quite hot here this morning, so I'm just going to take off this jacket of mine. I promise you, we have brought all the microphones you can think of. But sadly, on the tablet that I normally use, the uplink from my cell phone to here with the internet is not that good, so I don't want you guys to sit down at home and have a lag while you're watching me. So yep, alright, that's what I'm going to do this morning. I have brought some octopus. I don't think that's the right one. I brought some octopus to use as bait, but that's still frozen solid, so I'm going to use soft bait. But I think I must drop this down to here. You guys can see my face a bit. I know it's not the best face in the world, but just brought us through lockdown. So this is my setup, normal rod and reel with some braid at the end with a leader on the front. And then we use this, what they call little jig heads, with a little thing that's supposed to smell like something. So yeah, all right. I'm gonna talk you through a few things. Ah, there I see my son. Let me guys show you what he's doing. More interesting than me. I actually thought we could do the boat thing this morning, but we're still not allowed the boat. Let me just move this out of the way. Let me just get my bearings on the camera there. That's one. Just past there, somewhere is a little guy in a kayak sitting. He's at the red beacon now, going behind the red beacon, and he's getting himself in position so that he can come down from that side to this side with the tide, drifting and also catching with the soft bait, as we call it, soft bait. So that's what he's doing, and luckily I saw him there. All right, back to what I'm trying to do. As I said, my bait's still frozen. So what you basically just do is you wait until the stuff's on the bottom. You see some other fishermen moved in at the back side there as well. Fishing with bait that side, and then you just slowly bring this little thing in. We saw a few stingrays down here this morning. Actually, in very shallow water, we saw the stingrays running. So, and sometimes you get a bite on the side. I've got a bite. If you get a bite and you strike it, you just leave it there for a while. Sometimes the snapper will take that again. Let's hope it's a snapper. My son caught some John Dory here yesterday, and he caught some trevally. Trevally is one of those high-speed racing fishes which you catch it just goes. It's like very much like a little tuna. It's still got something at the end there trying to snip me. Let's see. No. Nothing there. There's one thing, if you're catching with braid, the guys that catch with braid will know. It's like a woman. You need to handle braid totally as well as you can. See, that fish nearly took it out of the water. Okay, so there's definitely fish down here. I didn't need to get in the canoe, didn't need to, the kayak as they call it. I didn't need to get wet this morning. I didn't need to smell like octopus or octopus. Is that the right word? It just doesn't sound nice. Or seerkat, we call it. And let that thing fizz drop to the bottom. Now this is quite a busy harbour. This is the Tauranga harbour. This is where they do a lot of exporting some wood. So that will be one of the places where they bring wood from all the way around Rotorua, more to the center of the town or center of the island. They bring the wood here and this gets exported all the way mostly to China, believe it or not. And back on, I don't know if it's this little small one that's trying to bite me there. I just don't want to catch a small one while everybody's watching me. So, no, try that again. This harbour has got a lot of snapping in summer, and it's got a lot of trevally. It's got a lot of chondori. Chondori is actually coming in now. There's a lot of small fish in the side here. Always me catching in the nursery. So you can actually see the little small fish running behind this lure that's bigger than them. So but this harbour is also famous for sharks, believe it or not. Sharks. I'm not supposed to tell you about this, but there are sharks all over this harbour, and what they call bronzies. You guys will know what a bronzy is, or a bronze shark. Quite fierce fighters. Behind me the sun is coming up, so let's have a quick look at that. Isn't that beautiful? This is sunrise in New Zealand, just past 8 minutes past 7. What an absolutely lovely morning looks like. Absolutely lovely. As this is not a regular fishing show, I won't have anybody put any fish on my hook. I'll try and catch them if I'm successful today. But the tide has gone out, so it's a bit of a low tide now. Still getting bites. I'm just hoping it's not too small for what's happened. The fish are a bit over enthusiastic here, so yeah. Sorry, there was somebody trying to phone me. Looks like we're back now. As I said, the sun has just seen a massive stingray just behind us here. A lot of small fish in the water, a lot of starfish as well that you can see. Sadly, they won't show up on the live video feed. They will show up on photos later. This is a vegetarian fish. You catch them like this. So a bit of seaweed there. We always joke and say that's vegetarian. So this is for the vegans out there. Catching them breakfast this morning. So Andre Marie asking me, must catch something. Yes, Andre, that's why I'm here this morning. We'll see as soon as the sun comes. As my son comes back. He's on a bit of a better spot than me, but at that current spot there's 1, 2, 3 other little kayaks. Power boats not allowed here yet, because we love doing power boats on that stretch of water there. And you take your boat, run up to the one side, and then you just drift down with the tide to the other side while you're catching soft bait the whole time. And I would say 9 out of 10 times you will catch something in one run. So, or if there's 2 people on the boat, you'll catch 2 fish in that run. So quite not too bad area to be fishing in, although it's the harbour. A lot of people say you don't catch in the harbour. Don't comprehend why they say don't catch in the harbour, especially in winter time when the fish outside is just too far away. Winter, you've got to go so far with a boat. It costs a heck of a lot of petrol or diesel just to get to the fishing grounds. Yeah, so this morning we're actually trying to get some snapper. Snapper is a little red or bronze type of fish. Very nice fish to eat. In the same stretch of water, the sun caught a trevally yesterday, and I think about 6 snapper and a John Dory. John Dory is a very nice fish to eat, but they're coming into the harbour now, so that'll be the next species that we will target. It's about 16 degrees outside, not cold. I think there's a bit of seaweed at the bottom where I'm catching a in normal practice times you would have seen airplanes up and down behind me, so but in COVID-19 the planes have been stopped, so sadly enough that's also not happening. No traffic goes in and out. Sometimes I see a small helicopter go up and down, but this is sometimes the forest workers and so on. Alright, whatever took me there took me good. A bit of the tail of the little plastic, so we are quickly going to replace it and show you guys what I'm catching with. And please note, I'm sadly enough not sponsored by these guys. I wish they would sponsor me, because they use a lot of their bait. So this is the gulp, and it's called the Crazy Legs, and it's a jerk shad. Looks like that. It's got this wiggly part at the bottom. As your esteemed minister the other morning said, it's like a vibrator. So that was the stuff that they were using as a ventilator in South Africa. So interesting country, guys. Because this thing is biodegradable, fish can eat them. It's not plastic as such. We just call them plastics because they've got pretty much the same function as a plastic. So you can actually chuck that back in the water. It's made out of protein, and fish can really eat that. It doesn't harm the environment. So I'm quite against harming anything in the environment, and these guys have got a good product. So let's get this thing up there. This little wharf, or the white wharf, not wharf, as we call it, is normally where the pleasure boat, there's a little pleasure boat that runs through the harbour, and this is where they stop, and then they pick up people from here and they carry on along the harbour, and they stop at the next wharf as well, which is called the Pilot Bay Wharf. My hands are cold this morning. There. It does look that the guys are out there. The kayak is busy. Looks like they're into the fish there. I thought I should bring out my kayak as well. I bought one for the wife, and then she didn't like it, and I had to buy another one. So I've got a kayak now. But I think I'll try that on Saturday. Probably bring the kayak out on Saturday a bit. So I got a bit of work this morning, believe it or not. We are quite busy, and just got to thank you guys for that, keeping me in work. Alright, let's try this thing. I just think of doing a bit of a lighter head, because this head is quite heavy. I don't want it to scare of the fish, because we're fishing not that deep, so I don't need something that falls that quickly to the bottom. Try the little lighter head. That's a little lighter head. These gulp products cost about $30 for a little box like the one you saw me now. You sometimes get them on special for about $55 for 2 boxes. So once you get them on that special, just buy a lot. And with going into lockdown, I actually thought that we would be able, or would be allowed to fish. So I actually bought 3 boxes. So I've got a lot of gulp products down there. And if anybody of gulp is listening, yeah, and if you guys want to sponsor us, we tend to go through a lot of gold products. It's a very good product to use. We've tried a lot of other products. I'm not taking any other products down, so I'm not going to name any other products, but of all the other products that we've used, this was probably the one that really stick out. Always have this called lapiki, or a piece of cloth that's lying around. You need to dry your hands, or need to get the gold smell of your hands, then you do that. Okay. So let's see. So with a lighter head, you don't get that far reach, but you get a bit more natural action, and that's what you want. As the sun is coming up, the fish is getting a bit shyer, and the water here is not that deep. So, yeah, let's hope on Saturday we can bring out the other canoe or kayak. I'm not allowed to say canoe. My son says it's a kayak, so call it a kayak. We get out of your view, but then you can see what it looks like. Let me turn this camera a bit for you guys. At my back here, I'm standing behind the Mount Manganui. That's the one there at the top. And if you come down to the left-hand side about of the mount, that will be the beach. Will be there. Then this is the Mount Manganui starting up at front, with Pilot Bay going down. We love coming down to Pilot Bay. There's a lovely fish and chip shop here. I don't know if it's open now under the COVID-19 rules, and it's all the way to the harbour at the back there. And this black thing comes in. This is one of the pylons, because this is a jetty that can go up and down. So as the tide comes in, this jetty just goes up and down. Makes it easier for people to get on and off the little boats. So a lot of small fish down here. Looks like I've fallen into the nursery this morning. Let's see, about a ton of them. Let's hope they bring in some of the bigger game fish, hunts them. I can actually see that fish trying to bite this lure. Just about double the size of the lure, but yep, not big enough for the pot. So, yeah, sticking to the rules and regulations is very much a Kiwi thing. We love to do the rules and regulations here. We love to catch your limit. Your limit is 7 snapper a day, and a lot of people take out 7 snapper a day. I think the minimum size is 23 centimeters. But when we catch, we've got different sizes that we ourselves adhere to. We catch normally from I think 30 centimeters to about 45. There's a guy on the other side just called the big kawai there. It's just too far for you guys to be able to zoom into that. But yeah, he's brought a big kawai. This is on he's using bait. He's not using soft bait as I'm using. So he's using octopus and sardine and these type of stuff that you use down here. Ah, that's me stuck. See if I can get this out. Oh, there's loose. That's might be a bit of seaweed or something down there. A normal weekend on this piece of water, you'll find all the fishermen coming out from the harbour, or more to the top of the harbour, because that's where you can launch your boats. Down on the left here of myself, you can stand there, you can launch your boat there as well, but there's not a lot of parking there, so it's first come first serve, and once the parking is full, then the people tend to go more to Sulphur Point to launch. So they chuck the boats there in the water, and they come down, run down the canals and or the channels, I would say it. There's also large areas that in the harbour that's when it's not high tide, this piece of ground is totally sticking out there. Also, we're asking if I use different sort of dips. Now this is in the ocean. This little soft bait has been lying in this dip. You get it, you buy it in the dip. Presumably you're able to smell it. It's got a bit of a sticky feel to it, but presumably the fish could smell this underwater. I don't know how true that is. I've never tried to smell this underwater, and above water it doesn't smell like anything. So perhaps fish has got different senses than I have. So there's tons of little fish down here. I'm dragging this lure on the bottom, so the boats in the background that you see, a lot of sailboats. A lot of them's got people living on there permanently. That's their home, so that's where they live. That's what they do there. And that's where these guys live. And as they go to town, they've got either a kayak or a little rubber dinghy, or a little, it's like a bathtub that they use to get from the one boat to shore. Let's try that piece of water a bit. And this they use, and they go and do the shopping in town with this, and then they live their life on the boat. If it's sun, it's a sunny day. If it rains, it's a rainy day. Yeah, they just live. They've got no qualms, nothing that rushes them around. Most of them is retired. See Andre saying such a lot of fish. It is a lot of fish, and I'm catching nothing yet this morning. Let me say that. I see the guys in the kayaks are into something there. So I said to the son, if he catches something, he should bring it back and just show you guys that there's really fish here. I've never caught from this wharf. I actually sometimes catch from the other wharf, and it's a bit of better wharf to catch there. But this morning there was a heck of a lot of people down at that wharf. So well, with this wharf there's nobody here. Probably a reason why, because there could be no fish here. So but let's see. Must never give up. I say to everybody, must never give up. We've got about 7 minutes left. If there is Anel asking who's taking the video. Anel, I've got a stand here that's taking the video. So my wife is my wife actually this morning, I said to her, are you coming with me to Parabase? She just stuck her two eyes out of the duvet and said no. So I thought, okay. But it's a lovely morning here. I'm in short sleeves already, so it's going to be a nice day. So small little fish biting, but nothing really taking off. Which is actually sad. I wanted to show you guys that I can fish. But yep. So yeah, ultimately the wife doesn't often go with me. When we go out on the boat, she doesn't go with at all. Still need to fish, learn her to, or teach her to fish, but my wife is very picky. She wants the boat to have a toilet on and a mirror, all these type of stuff. So sadly our boat doesn't have that on. Boats don't have toilets and mirrors. Not that type of boat. Something that started down here, I don't know what. Someone like the engine. It's got me curious, because you're not supposed to be running with engines now. Now the wife says sometimes she goes with. She has come with me a few times when we've been out to the beach. I don't want to go to the beach this morning because I knew the wind there's just going to be a bad factor on the fact that you guys probably won't be able to hear me. So but this is a glorious morning. It's really it's nearly wind still. It's as best as you can get it down here at Pilot Bay. I just wish there was a few coffee shops open that I could have gotten myself a nice cup of coffee, but perhaps something will be open when I drive back. Yeah, I'm trying to drink less coffee, and actually I'm succeeding. I'm most days down to 1, or on a bad day I'm down to 2. I normally had about 5-6 coffees just before 8 o'clock in the morning, so, and then the rest of the day just followed. I never ever kept track of how much coffee I drink, and presumably that's not a good thing for you. Just run this thing a bit higher in the water, see what it does now. we're getting a lot of nibbles on the bottom. Oh my goodness, there's a massive John Dory. See if I can actually see it from the side. Let's see if I can just drop this in its mouth. It normally doesn't work that way. No, it just swam past. Love to catch other soft bait on another day. All right, I don't know what we're going to do tomorrow morning yet, so I'm hoping that we can get somebody on here to talk a bit about cars. I'll press on somebody's button a bit later and see if we can do that. For next week, today will be the second last, but we do it a daily broadcast. From next week, we're going to do something on a Tuesday and something on a Thursday. Thursday is normal, but on the Tuesdays we'll probably do a bit of something traveling, let's say either traveling or then talking to somebody in a little town. But on Thursdays we'll still keep on with our normal stuff. If there's any immigration updates, we'll get Vanita to talk to us. So I don't know if Vanita, I think Vanita's on here as well. If there's any immigration updates, Vanita, and you want to chat to us about that tomorrow morning, just get hold of me. Otherwise, I need to get somebody. I actually want somebody to talk to us a bit about cars, because I've been trying to talk to people about cars here, and I'm not. I know a lot about the cars in South Africa. I know a lot what to buy and not to buy. Could this be this guy next to me is catching a second kawaii? I should actually film him. I wonder if you guys, let me see if you can do that. Let's see. Okay. Can you see the guy down there? He has been catching kawaii after kawaii after kawaii. There he's bringing it out now. So I just want to show Andre that there is fish down there. Okay. But sadly, it's not me that caught that one, so let me get back to my post. Yeah, that's interesting. You see the other guys catching fish, but he's been using bait. I do have the bait in the back of my vehicle, but sadly it's been rock solid frozen. So, and before we go, let me just show you guys what we normally do. See if we can get that a bit higher there, and we can do something. No, that won't work. I just want to show you guys that is the bag that I normally bring to the fish water. Up in the top side, so all the rods and reels in there. More rods or reels in there, not rods, but reels in there. More soft bait. Then this little thing can open up like this. And you've got all your nice little boxes here with all the hooks in there. Sorry, it's got a brand name Shimano, and this is the guys that I bought it from, so I don't have any affiliation with them. Perhaps they can give me a rod and a reel, they can catch more fish. So you got your little measurement tool as well. We actually got these for free the other day at the boat show. So that's a tool that you can measure crayfish or fish or whatever else you want to measure. And then on this side we've got all the the anti-sun stuff. We've got more line here, we've got more everything else in here. So that's just my little bag. It's quite heavy. It's heavy because I've got a lot of sinkers in there as well. So if I from time to time catch with a normal bait, then I use the sinkers and so on. Yeah, and that I carry around, and that's just one of those things that I drag around, and but I normally take with me wherever I go. Another tail bitten off. This is small fish that does this. So I'm really into the small fish. Another tail is gone. Only got one of a half a tail left, a half of one tail left. So let's do 1 or 2 more chucks in there. Yeah, Tauranga is a really little peaceful town. We've been about yesterday driving around a bit to get the feel of what it is after lockdown. Today is our 2nd day on level 3, and it actually was busy yesterday already. Okay, we do have something on there. Just take it a bit slower. Up. That's a big one. That's a nice kawai. Just jump clear out of the water on the other side. And it's coming in. Shaking the head. He's trying to get rid of this. It's a big one. I'm not going to take it up that quickly. Zeus. This is times like this that you need a cameraman. So. Alright, somehow I need to get up here. Okay. There she comes.
Is it good one? What is that?
Cowboy.
Wow. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's big, eh?
Mind if I take a photo?
No problem.
Yeah.
I think this is what we just caught out here, this side. Kawai.
Amazing. That is the biggest fish I've ever seen caught out.
All right. That leaves my hands very dirty now, so this is the kawai. It's going to the smoker this afternoon. And to everybody who listened this morning to me, thanks a lot. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, same time, same place. Well, not same place, we'll be back at the office, but there is fish down here in Tauranga, so if you ever come around, come have a few. I was actually thinking just because he was on this morning show, we'll allow him to go free. So say goodbye to the people. Bye bye. Off he goes. All right. Thank you very much.